Justin Turner Day. Can we please let Justin hear the love that we have for him and everything that he and Courtney do? Yes, and thank you for coming out to Justin Turner Day. The LA City Council named January 22nd Justin Turner Day, so that's why we're doing it. And Justin and Courtney are amazing. They're not making it about themselves. They're making it about this community and everything they have going on here at the Dream Center. So congratulations on doing what you've done your entire time here in Los Angeles with the Dodgers.
I have a mic, Dave.
Yes, but this one is for the radio.
Oh, for the radio. This is going to be on. Is this going live?
This will be on Dodger Talk Monday night at 7 o'clock. Please tune in. I need every listener and download click I can get.
Unfortunately, we'll be uploading a new episode of Holding Court at the same time, so I don't know. Pick what you want to listen to.
Oh, my gosh.
No, seriously, though, thank you guys for coming out. And
I'll handle this.
Okay. This is awkward. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting. This started out as, we were just going to do a blood drive with CHLA, and it turned into, in typical Dream Center fashion, let's blow this thing out of the water. I remember the phone call to Pastor Matthew, who may be amongst you somewhere right now. There he is, Pastor Matthew, and said, hey, we want to do something on JT Day in LA. And he said, let's blow this thing out of the water and get as many people up here as we can and celebrate and turn it into something even bigger than just donating blood, which is extremely important. And I can't say enough great things about CHLA. And if you get a chance to walk up over here and sign up, if they can't take you today, you can go in and make an appointment for a future date. But blood is so important to help our kids who are battling the unthinkable. And I think every donation that you make can help save 3 kids. So it's huge. This right here feels like the JT Foundation's home away from home, the Dream Center. Every time we have something come up, every time we have an event, every time we have a need, Pastor Matthew and the Dream Center come running to support us. Some of you guys here, I know, ran the 5K last season and finished right here at the Dream Center. I know later today they're going to be doing tours around this place. I encourage you to take a tour and learn about everything that's going on here, because it's way more than you think, and they're literally in the community 24/7, and we couldn't be more proud to support such a great organization. So
this goes back to everything that I say since this guy signed with the Red Sox. They are renting him, right? He belongs to us. Boston is renting Justin and Courtney for however many years that you're going to be there. Do you feel the love that you still have here, no matter what uniform you put on at this point, considering how many people are here to see you and celebrate Justin Turner Day?
Yes, I mean, we've always felt the love in Los Angeles. It doesn't matter what we're doing or what time of the year it is, and I've said it all along. If it's December and we're driving down the street or going to the mall to go shopping and seeing all the Dodger jerseys and people stopping and saying how big of fans they are and asking for photos and autographs and talking about the foundation. And then today, we asked people to RSVP so we can get a feel for what today was going to look like, and over 1,000 people RSVPing, and just the support has been completely overwhelming. And we love the city of Los Angeles. Our foundation isn't going anywhere. We're going to keep serving right here at the Dream Center. We're going to keep serving at CHLA and helping people, help lift them up in time of need. So,
all right, love it. Now we'll talk some baseball. Is that fair?
What do you know about baseball, Dave?
Not much. That's why you're here. So many great memories from your 9 years with the Dodgers. 2017, I think we all can agree, maybe the most special season that you played for the Dodgers. I know it's hard to, separate each year, but is there one that stands out to you more? Is 2017 and 2020 the two that stand out the most?
Yeah, I think, man, it's hard. And honestly, a lot of them kind of blend together. We've had such a great run over the last 9 years, and I couldn't be more proud of what we accomplished. And 2017 was obviously probably the biggest roller coaster year for sure, with how great everything went and the walk-off and going to the World Series for the first time. And we did the sports cover magazine and talking about the greatest team ever, and then the way it ended, and the lows were extremely difficult. And then it was kind of the opposite of in 20, right? You know, the season gets shut down, the pandemic starts, we don't know if we're playing, sitting at home trying to figure out what's going to happen. It was, you know, the birth of the Holding Court podcast, so that was also a good thing about 2020. But just the uncertainty, and then finding out we're having a 60-game season with a whole new playoff format and making that run down 3-1 against the Braves and the NLCS, coming back and then beating the Rays to finally bring another championship back to LA. So, both those seasons I think are pretty special, and it's kind of weird how they kind of had the opposite effect, right?
I feel like the fans, you know, you included, have such an emotional connection to those group of players from 2015 to 2021. Yourself, Kike, Jock, Kenley, Kershaw, those guys, Seager. Can you describe just what you guys had? Because it seemed to be a lot more special than what we saw on the surface.
Yeah, 2020 was unbelievable team, and just the amount of unselfishness that took place that year was like nothing I've ever seen. The guys that, whether they were in the lineup or not in the lineup, or were expected to pinch hit or come out of the bullpen, you know, I mean, Julio, who is by far one of our most consistent starters we've had since I've been a Dodger, and he's going into the bullpen, taking the ball and closing down games and doing whatever's asked of him. Kike pinch hit homers, Jock platooning, just so many things that went into that, and guys just all in to win. You just don't see that very often, and that, I think, separated that team. And Joe Kelly had a lot to do with that too. He was a big part of that team.
Hey, have you heard Joe Kelly's got a book out?
I have. He's actually I reached out to him, and he said he's going to sign my copy for me. So I'm excited.
Is it a picture book?
No, there's words.
Oh, I'm a little surprised.
There is that picture. I'm sure the boo-boo lips in there.
That was amazing too, right? The whole Carlos Correa, Joe Kelly thing. I mean, when you guys were in the middle of it, there were no fans in the stadium that day, but everybody on the streets of LA. I feel like that's when Joe Kelly became a cult hero on the streets of LA.
Yeah, it was weird. It all happened so fast. I was already off the field because I was playing third base, and we're in the third base dugout. So I'm off the field and in the dugout, and next thing I know, everyone's running out of the dugout. And I didn't even know what happened, so I had to go back and kind of see what happened. But you know, a good friend of ours, Jonas Never, who's a big-time portrait painter, obviously made sure that photo is going to stick around in LA for a long time. He did a mural of that.
No doubt. And I guess we can all agree as well, signature moments of Justin Turner's Dodger career. Obviously the walk-off home run against John Lackey and the Cubs in 2017, Game 2 of the World Series, and the tag, the reach during that 2020 World Series. Am I missing any signature moments of I mean, there are quite a few moments, but those seem to be the two that stand out.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a big one. Obviously, you're forgetting my 0 ERA as a pitcher.
Oh, I know. You love that.
Yeah. What do you mean I love that?
I mean, it's not great for me to see a position player on the mound.
Me and Russ Martin.
I know.
0 ERAs. Dodger history.
Were the Dodgers winning that game that you came in?
No, I actually pinch hit and popped out, and I was so mad that I popped out that I didn't even really enjoy pitching because I was angry that I got out.
You had to control your emotions on the mound.
I did. And it was actually a yo-yo. Like, they weren't sure if they were going to let me pitch. Like, Dave didn't really want to let me pitch. I had to, like, talk him into it. Like, no, do not throw Vassegh. Save him. We're going to need him in the next series. I'll go out and pitch. So I had to talk my way into that one.
I can't believe you still bring up the pitching. I mean, that after everything you've accomplished, pitching in that game still is, like, one of the first things that come to your mind.
You know, one of the things I'm most proud about on the pitching was the PFP. It was a ground ball to first, and I remembered to go over and cover first, which is difficult for a lot of pitchers. So I have that in my arsenal now for the rest of my career or coaching career to be like, hey, it's not that hard. Like, I'm not even a pitcher, and I did it. Like, ground ball to first, ground ball to the right side, go cover first base. Look, here's the film. I did it.
So you mentioned coaching career. One day, do you see yourself a coach? I mean, that's what the fans want. They want Justin Turner back with the Dodgers after you're done playing in some baseball capacity. Do you feel like you see the game as a coach or a manager now?
some baseball capacity is a good way to put it. I love the game. I don't know if Courtney wants me to be home like all day, every day.
She does not.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'll stay in the game in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if it's going to be, the Oral and Nomar talking about the game in the booth. I don't know if it's going to be, the Chase Utley special advisor in and out, helping out behind the scenes, or if it's going to be, in the dugout somewhere.
You do realize you're a baseball rat, right? Isn't that a good way to characterize Justin Turner? You're a baseball rat. You live, breathe, you see the game a lot differently than other people. Is that a good way? Like, where does this come from? Have you always seen the game and had the baseball IQ that you show at the major league level?
I think baseball rat is a fair term. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
I just think that I've loved the game since I was 4 years old. I, lived and breathed it. I watched all the time. I was constantly, playing baseball or over the line or wiffle ball or something. I just have always enjoyed it and the intricacies of the game, the little things that aren't the big, sexy stuff that you see on social media, I think, drive me more than, pimping homers and, putting swords in your hip if you strike somebody out. Like, I don't love that stuff, but it's the little things that kind of get my juices flowing. And I think a lot of that came from, Cal State Fullerton. I went there for 4 years, played for
There's that one.
There's some Titans out there.
Do you think he graduated?
I played 4 years under Coach Horton, and he was big on the details of the game, and not just knowing everything about the position you're playing, but knowing everything about everyone on the field and where everyone's supposed to be. And if you understand where everyone's supposed to be, it makes it easier for you to know where you're supposed to be. So, I can see myself being in the dugout.
Love it. All right, before I let you start kissing babies again and meeting and greeting, you're headed to Fenway, the Green Monster. Are you was that a Boston? That was a Boston pocket car at the Monster.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah. I know Kike tried to acquire you.
Yeah, Kike Hernandez wants me to do Red Sox talk, and I'm sure there's a lot of people with the Dodgers that would love that.
I know. You would break the hearts of all 12 of your listeners.
Okay, all right. Speaking of Boston, Kenley, Kike, Justin, I picture you guys renting a loft somewhere near Fenway and living together. Is that true?
That is not true. But it is cool to be back with those guys. Alex Verdugo, too.
Yeah.
Chris Martin
Yeah.
is there as well. So, it's going to be cool to get back in the clubhouse with them. Obviously, I'm sure all you guys love Kike as much as I do and miss him as much as I did. So it's going to be great to see the banana costume again in that clubhouse in Fenway.
So you're saying that Kike and Kenley would not be great roommates? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Or just not enough room for all three of you in one place with families?
No, I think they'd be great roommates. Kike and Mariana have Penelope, their little girl.
That would wake you up early.
So that would be a little bit of an early wake up. We have our dogs that like to sleep in with us, so that's nice. And Kenley is like the musician now. He plays bass, he plays the piano, he's got all these instruments, and I'm pretty sure he wakes up at like 7:30 and starts like tickling the ivory too. So, I'm gonna say no on the roommate thing.
All right. What about the Monster? I mean, you're a power pull hitter. Do you have to put the Monster out of your mind? Have you thought about the Monster?
What's wild is I'm going into my 14th major league season, and I've played 6 career games at Fenway, and 2 of them were in the World Series in 18. So. It's pretty strange that I haven't played there that much, and I don't know how it's going to go. I have hit a homer over the Monster though. I hit a homer off my new teammate, Chris Sale.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
In 19. I remember that, and I will let him know about that when I get with him. So.
All right. Love it. Well, like I said, it's been a great 9 years. This is just a pause in your baseball life, going somewhere else, and you've meant so much to the city of Los Angeles.